This is my 7th Fullerton rally. My first Fullerton rally was in 1984, when I entered politics 36 years ago, age 32. That was a watershed election. The PAP fielded 26 new candidates, and its self-renewal took off. Today, I'm the only one left from the class of 1984. But the party now has many younger cohorts of leaders to take the country forward. In almost every election since 1984, I've returned to speak at the Fullerton rally. Each time, Singapore had made more progress. Over 36 years, the changes have been dramatic. Fullerton Building today is no longer the General Post Office, but a heritage building restored to more than its old splendor. The Singapore River has been cleaned up. Marina Bay has been transformed from open water and empty reclaimed land into a vibrant downtown, alive with business, recreations, and arts, alive with life. We built all this up steadily, despite several crises along the way. In 1984, at Fullerton Square, I had a bit of my speech speaking to young voters as a young man. I looked up what I said, and according to the reports, I said, it's great to be young. Youths do not have to be sane, sober, and subdued. You can stand up, dance, sing, and have fun. But also do things which are worthwhile for society, because the government wants a country which is caring, where citizens are cultivated, and willing to help both neighbors and fellow citizens. I said, please don't go hell riding, but Michael Jackson's music is okay. And I think that message is still a good one for young people from me, 36 years older. Within months of the election, we ran into the sharp 1985 recession and had much more serious issues to talk about than Michael Jackson. Since then, in government, I have experienced the Asian financial crisis, 9/11 terrorist attacks and the JI threat in Singapore, SARS, and the global financial crisis. Each was a grave challenge. Each time, we worried about the worst happening to us. But each time, the government led from the front. Singaporeans rallied together, and we pulled through. What I did not expect, what no one expected, was to meet this overwhelming crisis in the last stretch of my premiership. But I count myself fortunate to have been elected by you and chosen by my fellow ministers and MPs to lead Singapore through this critical crisis. COVID-19 is the crisis of a generation. It's more complex and more dangerous than any previous crisis we have met. Again, there can be no certainty that things will turn out well. But we must have the same unshakable will to marshal all our energies and resources to fight it together, prevail, and emerge stronger. Our response in this crisis will determine the future of our country and prospects for our children and grandchildren in Singapore. You have my word. Together with my older colleagues like Teo Chee Hean and Tharman Shanmugaratnam, as well as the younger 4G ministers, I will see this through. I'm determined to hand over Singapore intact and in good working order to the next team. I have spent all my adult life serving my country because I believe in Singapore. That's why I took a scholarship to serve in the SAF. That's why when ESM Goh Chok Tong asked me to enter politics, I agreed. All my life I felt a deep personal responsibility to do my part to keep Singapore safe and make it succeed. Now, to get through this crisis, I need your help. I cannot do it alone. I need the strongest team we can find to work with me and with you. I also need full support from all of you, from the Pioneer and Merdeka generations who have done so much to build this Singapore and want to stay healthy and well for many years to come. From parents with children who want to live in a country where their kids have a bright future. From young men and women starting work at a difficult moment, but with their adult lives ahead of them and the country's future in their hands. If we all work together and build well, generation after generation, then another 36 years from now, the Fullerton Rally will be held in a vastly transformed Singapore. And future Singaporeans, today's young ones, can be proud of what they have built. But at this critical moment, Singapore needs a capable government with the full support of a united people more than ever. Have no fear. Instead, be confident. Singapore will endure this searching trial. We will be tested, but we will not be found wanting. My team and I will walk this journey with you. Please vote for us. Vote PAP for our lives, our jobs, our future.